In the last video, we just read that Maggie just starts reading, and from that book, she read a night in which heavenly things are united to those of earth, and things just related to God to those which are human. Now, from that night on, the printed word held Maggie in fascination now because the first time she just starts reading, so all these printed words, it's like a fab thing, or it just create fascination or create an interesting picture in her mind. Where once she had cooked a delicious pudding without a thought, she now spent much time reading fondly the directions for use. Now, before that, she had just already cooked a delicious pudding without a thought and without just looking at the instructions. But now, when she read or know how to read, then she just fondly read all the direction for use. Soon the home was littered with love and murder magazines now, because when now the time for the reading is start and now she reads, so there is so much love and murder magazines. That means all the books she just want to read. You will have to join the library, said Harry, her husband. But them's all stiff backed books, said Maggie. I never dare read one of them. But they all are stiff backed books. I don't want to read them, and I never dare read one of them. Gone with the Wind was the first book Maggie came home with. Now, she just bring one book only, that first book, Gone with the Wind, and with herself, she went right through it in 2 nights and 1 day. Now, she just right go through with all the full book in the 2 night and only 1 day. After the strange long pleasure of that first tipped backed book, Maggie went sneaking off to the public library every morning with the book hidden away in her shopping basket. She couldn't stop herself from reading ravenously into the night, and soon one book wasn't enough to rely on. Now the thing is, after one by one book, she just hungrily or just want hungrily all the books, and one book, and then one book is not enough for the for her, so she just started in the night the second book and go on. The home suffered by this thing. The home suffered because all the household work is just going to delay, and she just only busy in the reading. Once she fell under the spell of the printed page. Neither place nor time excited for Maggie Gregory. The meals were frequently now the burnt or were made up of shop pies, tomatoes, and bread and butter. When she did make a stew, she stooped as low as buying ready peeled potatoes brought to the door. At the time that before in the past or in the previous days, she just only just all baked the things and for the dinner or something. But now she just only purchased from the market all the peeled pied potatoes or the pies or the bread. Hang it, woman, Harry once wrote. Now, by this thing, all the family members are just like frustrated, and then the husband said, just hang it or stop it when we are going to see some good home baked bread again. I, I would like to know now. He said that when is the time to again we want some home baked bread again, and I just want to know this answer. Man don't live by bread alone, remarked now the Maggie said. Man don't live by bread alone. So that is not the only thing that man live by. Who was first picking up handy rejoinders? It means that is the witty reply or is the bad reply by the Maggie. Father of Flaherty called in one dinner hour to find Maggie dug into War and Peace. So now there is so much war and peace in the house. So Father and Flaherty called in on a one dinner hour. See, what have you done, Father? Remarked Harry. Now Harry said to Father that what have you done? See, all the time she is busy in just reading the books. A right good housewife she were, but you had to stick your nose in and make her read. Oh, there's nothing for it, man, groaned the priest, but interfere again. Alice, too late to unteach her, but no harm could go on like this. So he just groaned or roared on the priest, but interfere again and said, please, too late to unteach her, but no harm could go on like this because that is necessary to maintain both the things. Maggie remained indifferent to all cursing and coaxing until Harry and the priest had the idea of reading day. I am a fair chap, Maggie, as well as you know, said Harry. Then Harry said, and that before that, the priest and the Harry decided that there is a day, that is a reading day. Only on that day, she just preferred to read, but she doesn't know because she is not listening that time. And then um, Harry said that I am a fair man, a person, Maggie, you know very well. And me and Father Flatty reckon this to be a liberal offer, and we have a generous offer to you. We set aside every Thursday for reading from midnight to midnight, and we just decided for the Thursday, every Thursday, you just continue midnight to midnight. That's not to say you can't snatch an hour now again, providing you have the meals on time or near enough, but not to say that you can't just do the all other works or the meal or the timely meals, but on this day every week you do not but read till your eyes ache, and only on that day you just want to do full day, that till your eyes that in your, if your eyes are paining, then you just stop it, otherwise continue reading. Maggie, a fair woman herself, accepted the offer. On Thursday, Maggie would read the whole day, and the family would be quieter than mice over the evening while Maggie read away. They certainly knew her worth now. At one time, they had taken everything she did from them, granted. It means that all had failed to appreciate someone or something that is very familiar. For a time, it all worked nicely until one evening, Harry went chasing off for father of Flatty. Timothy went with him. Then one day evening, when that Harry just go for the father of Flirty, Timothy also. Oh, what have we to do, father? Harry cried. Hers given it up, says there's not in most books that she could write better herself. No doubt she could, said the priest. Now the father said, yes, she can also write the book, but what's all the alarms about? Because that's just what she doing, exploded Harry. House is litter from top to bottom with pencils, papers, but what I have to do, father? It's worse than reading. Can't get a word in nor out. Because the thing is like on Thursdays continue, and in all the house there's a books, pens, pencil, and this kind of thing. The house is like worst thing, and it is worse than reading. Nothing do, nothing at all, said the priest flatly, just saying without showing any emotion. We must accept the fact that your wife is a very remarkable woman. Father and son walked home in silence. As they walked into Clagg's Row, Harry looked at Timothy and thought he detected a glint of pride in the boy's eyes. Washing up is waiting, Dad. Shall we get down to it? Asked Timothy. The book will take her years, said his father with a sigh. If it is like her cooking and baking, Dad, it will be worth waiting for. So, that is the chapter Maggie's First Reader.